Good morning, guys. It is Donna from Finding Your Own Magic. I've been thinking a lot lately about, I know how it feels to feel like in those dark, depressive spaces, and trying to think a lot of how, like, a one-step process that would be kind of helpful to you if you're in that dark space and you're trying to get out. Because I know how it feels and I know how hopelessness feels. And instead of just being like, we get to choose our thoughts, and that takes a lot of work, and it's taken me years to, like, be able to work on even doing that. So I was trying to think of something sort of basic and simple that you can incorporate into your life that might help you shift out of that dark space if you're feeling that. And the best thing I could think of was to do this gratitude journaling. I mentioned it last week in a video. And when I get up in the morning, and trust me, it's not what I want to do every day. And when I'm in, like, sort of in a darker place, it's the last freaking thing I want to do. And sometimes I don't do it. I'll go through periods of not doing it, but then I don't feel as good as I do when I do it. And then I have to remember, oh yeah, by the way, that works. Simple things we sometimes forget. So I have a little notebook next to my bed, and I'll write out 10 things that I feel grateful for. And I try to be very specific to what happened the day before, because I've said, like, when I've done new moon rituals and done gratitude, it's always very basic. It's always very my family and health and all these things. So doing the dailies makes it very more specific to what's going on, and then you could really pick out moments in the day and see. Because even this morning I was like, oh, there wasn't that much good, and then it was like, as I went along, like, things just sort of expanded and grew. And if you can't do 10, that's fine, but 10's really a really good challenge for you to sort of, like, expand your mind. But if you need to start with 3, start with 5, that's fine too. And I write out, I'm very thankful for, you know, whatever it is from that day. And then at the end of it, and this is very powerful, surprisingly powerful and simple, I'll read them out. And then after each one, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, because 3 is a very spiritual number. And it just feels like it seals it in, and you're verbalizing it and you're saying it out loud, and it kind of just hits your brain and your system in a different way. It feels like everything sort of locks and integrates in that moment. So yeah, that's my little basic practice. Again, if you have one thing, if you have 3 things, if you have 5 things, just something to sort of change the energy. Like I said last week, I was having a bummer day. It was a week ago today. And then when I chose to do the journaling the next morning, because I knew it would get me back into alignment quick. And when I reflected on the day before, I was like, oh, there really was a lot that was good. It's just we miss it because we're not paying attention. But when we choose to pay attention and choose to acknowledge it, the energy just flows different, and you start to just, you know, have more things to be grateful for. That's how these things work. The more gratitude you feel, the more things that are great you can feel grateful for come back to you. Does that make sense? I hope so. Comment below. Hopefully you'll try that out and let me know how it goes. And that's my little practical tip for you today. Enjoy. Mwah.